Alright, what's going on, everybody? What is up, what is up? Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of me doing earlier streams. I see that many people still have not gotten used to it because, already I can see we have lower attendance today on stream as usual, but it was funny because the same thing happened yesterday. But then when it got time to the usual time that I stream, all of a sudden attendance spiked. Because people just aren't paying attention, I guess. But anyway, hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. How is everyone doing today? Today is Saturday, December 2nd, 2017. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome to a fun session. Salty Saturday stream, Multiplayer Madness. That's right. Today, for the second week in a row, I will be doing a full-on gameplay day of multiplayer gameplay of the latest, multiplayer games that everyone's playing. On consoles, anyway. So, what is going to happen today? Well, I did a poll overnight, if you guys aren't aware, to determine what we would be playing today. All right, I was curious, what will I be playing, what order and stuff. And it was determined via voting over Twitter last night that the first stream today will be Call of Duty World War II. And my second stream later tonight will be Star Wars Battlefront 2. So we're basically flipping the script from last week. Last week it was the opposite. Now, I'm streaming earlier, right? Which means I'm going to be playing about 4 to 4.5 hours of Call of Duty. Alright, then taking a break for dinner, and then coming back for about 2 to 2.5 hours of Star Wars. I may go later tonight, depending on how much fun I'm having. And quite frankly, usually when I start playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, I get kind of wrapped up in it, and I always want, one more match. So, we'll see. We'll see how things go. But I'm going to get a ridiculous amount of gameplay in today, which is good. I like that because it's a more casualized day. It's not a day that's focused on, I got to advance in a story or anything like that. It's just jump in, play some fun multiplayer, switch modes, play some more. And it's not all so serious, right? And that's a good thing. It's good to have a day like this to break up everything. All this week, I finished up my long and ongoing playthroughs of Assassin's Creed Origins and Mario Odyssey. And then I continued on with my playthrough of Need for Speed Payback while I started up multiple playthroughs. I played Hidden Agenda for one day, and then I finished, or played through and finished, the Horizon Zero Dawn The Frozen Wilds DLC within 3 sessions. So I got a lot done this week, which is good because I needed to get a lot done before my time off coming up this coming week. Speaking of which, that's why I'm streaming earlier here today. I'm trying to get as much gameplay recorded as possible before my pending time off, so that way while I'm on time off and I'm not streaming, I'll still be able to have videos to upload to YouTube, so it's not like all of a sudden, boom, no income for 5 days, right? So, yes, that means that today I'll be playing around 4 to 4.5 hours of Call of Duty, about 2.5 hours, if not more, of Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'll be uploading probably half of that to DSPGaming today and saving the other half for later this week for when I am on my time off. Okay. Sound good? So, that's one thing, right? That's pretty cool. A few updates. FYI, the live pet plugin extension that I've been using here on my Twitch page has been fixed. Yes, as of 2 days ago when I started using it, we got it up to like level, I think it was up to like level, I want to say 35 or 36. And then it crapped out, and overnight it just completely reset, and people were pretty upset about that. And I'm not too surprised. I mean, a lot of people were clicking on the hell out of this thing. In fact, Golden Colts actually had spent some money on it to do some accelerated clicking and stuff for the stream chatters. And then it reset, and it was like pretty disappointing. So I contacted the developers of this extension, and they fixed it for us. So as of last night, it was repaired. People started clicking again, and now it is live. So if you want to check it out, if you're on the desktop version of my stream, all right, you have to go to my channel page, which is twitch.tv/DarksidePhil. Scroll down. It's in one of the panels below my stream. It's kind of like a Tamagotchi. Anyone remember Tamagotchis? Many of you probably don't, but little virtual pet where you can click on it, and it evolves. Every 5 levels of experience that it gains, it evolves to a new emote here on Twitch. The one right now that it is hideous. It's some dude with his tongue sticking out, but if you keep clicking, I believe when it hits level 50, it'll evolve into something different, okay? I think it goes all the way up to level 150 or something like that. So, check it out, mess with it, you know, have some fun with it. It's a beta test, and it's something fun, something different on the stream, right? So, FYI, folks, if you were not here yesterday, I'll re-announce it. We did hit the November funding goal for Patreon. It's official. Okay. So, that being said, we will be doing a holiday Christmas gaming marathon, which is awesome. I wanted to do it very much, and now that it's official, I'm very pleased with this news. Tomorrow, Sunday, I will be messaging everyone who pledged to my Patreon in November on patreon.com. So if you were a pledgee for the month of November and you're like, man, I want to start nominating and voting on these Christmas-themed games for this marathon, how does this work? You will be, contacted, man. You will be contacted on the forums tomorrow night, okay? It's actually why I'm not doing a second stream tomorrow, is because I am going to be, you know, doing a lot of stuff offline, and that's one of them, is I'm going to be doing the patron stuff. I'm going to be messaging all the November patrons to get all of that stuff going, all right? So that being said, folks, I'm very excited. It means that this week, during my pending time off, I'll be going out and looking for Christmas sweaters. I'll be looking for holiday-themed liquor. I'm going to be going to a few different places. I know that Target around here has a lot of liquor, too. Because here in the state of Washington, they sell liquor everywhere, okay? So I'm going to be looking for a variety of things to be drinking during the course of this holiday stream. It's going to be pretty fun, all right? So it's all full on a go. I'm pretty excited for that, all right? So that's cool. Now, in addition, the new Patreon goal for the month of December has been announced. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can see it on your screen right now. It's what everyone has been asking for a full year. I listened to your feedback for a year. I directly responded by creating this Patreon goal. All right. The goal is that if we hit the standard funding goal for the month of December, I'll be doing a redemption run either of Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3. The way it'll be determined is people who pledge $5 or more will be voting on which one you want to see in January. All right. I could just imagine how those streams are going to go. You know you're going to have an equal distribution of fans and trolls and everyone showing up, just like last year when I did my Dark Souls Redemption run. It's basically going to be the same situation all over again, okay? Now, if we hit the stretch goal, there's a special stretch goal this month, which I almost never do, but since I'm in a situation here where I really need to raise funds in order to pay my upcoming massive tax bill that literally I have nothing to do with it. It's because some fucking asshole who I paid to take care of my taxes did them wrong for 3 years. And now somehow, you know, I'm responsible because I'm supposed to be a fucking tax expert or something. I'd like to keep my house, and I need to raise as much funds as possible, which is why I'm doing this particular goal, all right? If we hit the stretch goal, all right, I'll be doing both of them, both Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 back-to-back, and I'll be starting immediately at the beginning of January, all right? Instead of doing what I usually do. What I usually do if we have a goal like this is, okay, we hit the goal. So then I have to message the patrons. The patrons have to vote, right? It would take about a week to 2 weeks for the vote to go through, and then I would start the playthrough. Instead, if we hit the stretch goal, I will immediately, boom, in January, probably January 1st, we'll start with Metal Gear Solid 2. Okay? Immediately. So, it pretty much is the goal that everyone's been asking for a full year. Ever since I did my Dark Souls Redemption run a year ago, the #1 request I've gotten over the course of 2017 was, Phil, when are you going to go back to Metal Gear Solid and do a redemption run? Here's your answer. All right? Here is your answer. So, folks, that being said, I hope that you will be motivated over the course of December to pledge to my Patreon. especially with all the holiday-themed stuff I'm going to be putting out for you this month, including a holiday-themed Ask the King, the Christmas Gaming Marathon. I'm going to be doing holiday WWE Sims. I'm going to be doing a holiday RIL stream. There's going to be quite a lot of festive stuff going on this month. In fact, I should bring this up right now since no one has seen it yet. As of today, I started using new animations for the month of December. For those who cheer, sub, and tip. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But, yes, you're going to see new holiday-themed animations popping up. 2 of the 3 animations have been changed to holiday-themed ones. All 3 will be converted soon. I'm actually waiting for the final one to be finished up. But, yeah, pretty cool stuff. I hope you guys will give it a look. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good stuff, man. Good stuff. Sound good? Well, Kekin did the 50-bit cheer. Sadly, the cheers is not the one that I changed. I changed subs and I changed tips. So, sorry, Kekin. Thank you for the 50-bit cheer, but I did not change the gift for bits yet. Because that one was like the most generic one. It had nothing to do with fall or anything. And I was like, all right, I'll keep that one. The other 2 I made to the Christmas one. So, yeah, we need any new sub or new, tip. You're going to see the new pop-up messages. So there you go. There you go, folks. All right. I'll talk more about that in a moment, how those work. Anyway. So there you go. Please consider pledging to my Patreon. Let's make this happen. At the very least, let's get one of these playthroughs going. I mean, for people who are feeling really generous, hey, stretch goal. Let's make them both happen. I mean, I would like nothing more than the whole month of January to be me doing redemption runs in both Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 and having the streams be incredibly hype. And incredibly salty at the same time, right? Alrighty. So, folks, what else is going on? Well, I figure I'll give you guys a little bit of feedback regarding my headphones. I've now been using the Astro A40 TR headphones all week long. I got them on Monday, and I basically used them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for streaming, okay? Immediately, the feedback I have for them is, in my opinion, the sound quality is better than the old Astro A40s I had from 4 years ago. It seems like they did actually, increase the quality of the headphones. The Pro amp that it came with is also good. It actually friggin' works. Unlike my old one where the volume adjustment wasn't even working properly. In addition, the noise canceling, mod kit that I installed on it works really well. And the headphones now sound exactly like the Turtle Beach headphones I used to own years ago, which also had the noise isolation, ear cups and everything. So it's good to have the option to swap between, because, maybe one day, I don't know, I got a headache or something. I don't necessarily want the noise isolation, because, it does create ear pressure. We might want to know this, but when you use noise isolation headphones, it actually creates a little bit of ear pressure in the ear cups, because you basically have a closed environment. There's no open air in it. But the ability to switch between it on the fly is pretty nice. I really have no feedback in regards to the microphone, because I haven't used it yet. And honestly, I don't even know when I'm going to use it, because most of the games that I was going to play multiplayer with voice communication this year are done, right? They're all over with. So I don't even know when is the next new multiplayer game where I'm going to be using voice chat going to come out. I have no clue. So I can't even tell you, the quality of the mic or anything like that at this point. But I do like these headphones. I do like the only criticism I have with the headphones. There's 2. Number 1, in order to do the noise isolation, you need to have the microphone plugged in, because if you don't, there's an open hole from where the microphone is, and it creates a little bit of open air in that headphone, and therefore you always have to have the mic plugged in to get the effect. That's a little annoying, because I don't like having the microphone on when I'm not doing voice communication. I've heard that apparently you can buy, like, third-party plugs for that. Like, you can buy a plug to plug up the hole. I haven't looked into that yet. If they're cheap, I might get one, because I really don't like having this thing sticking out, alright? The only actual other criticism I have of the headset is that my right ear cup creaks a little, and this used to happen with my other headphones that have noise isolation as well, is that any little noise that happens when you have these headphones on, you hear. It's like accentuated, okay? Because you know, there's no other noise. All you're hearing is the game audio, and that's it. So if you hear creak, you hear it. And one of the ear cups, the right-hand ear cup, actually is a little bit like creaky, squeaky. And the thing is, they're plastic. It's not. I'm sure I could get like some mineral oil or something, and you know, lube up the fucking hinge or whatever the hell it is that's making the creaking noise. It's not a major deal. It's a nitpick, but it is a nitpick that should be addressed because the same thing used to happen with my Turtle Beach headphones. I'm like, do these people who make these noise isolation headphones not understand you need to have like these connections that don't make noise, or else you could hear it, you know, in your headphones? Kind of silly. But anyway, I like them, and I like the look of them too. I definitely think that the new design of these Astros is better than the old design, even though a lot of it is similar. You know, the new color scheme and everything. I like it. So far, you know, not even a week in, but you know, 4 major days of using these headphones in, I got nothing but positive things to say. I really like them. Okay. There you go, Shady Sands. Just resubbed, and you just got to see one of the new animations. I'll talk about those in a moment, okay? And by the way, I will be doing shoutouts in a few moments as well, so don't worry. Shoutouts are coming for all of your contributions, okay? Okay, what else is going on? I'm trying to think. So tomorrow, folks, FYI, if you're not aware, tomorrow is the return and possibly the conclusion of Need for Speed Payback. At this point, I've only got 2 circuits left in the game to finish, and then basically the big conclusion. And people are saying, as long as I stick to my guns, you know, even if I am, you know, losing a lot, I should probably beat the game tomorrow. Keep in mind, my streams are longer now, so tomorrow's stream for Need for Speed will be about 4.5 hours long. People have really enjoyed the Need for Speed Payback playthrough on stream because the game is so fucking frustrating and so broken. There's so much shitty stuff in this game. Rubber banding and just fucking... Let's do a race that obviously is meant to be a sprinting race for a race car in a drag racing car that can't handle corners. The game has stupid shit like that in it. Just terribly designed stuff. And it's really, you know, creating massive rage within me because the game is so inferior to other games I've played. It's pretty much a joke. But it looks like I may finally wrap up that playthrough tomorrow. So I hope you guys will join me tomorrow for that. And then on Monday, it's basically going to be a marathon of me trying to catch up on all the episodic games that I have not caught up on. And I think what I may do is a poll overnight on Twitter, again, Sunday night. What episodic game do you want to see me play more, Batman or Guardians of the Galaxy? And then my first gameplay stream on Monday will be me doing 2 episodes back-to-back of either Batman or Guardians of the Galaxy to get caught up with those games. And then probably Monday night, I'm thinking, will end up being... Life is Strange episode 2. Well, Life is Strange Before the Storm episode 2. Okay. And then probably on Tuesday for my one major gameplay stream, I'll do the other 2 episodic games that I hadn't caught up on. And then, by the way, if I do happen to finish anything early, I'll just jump onto some multiplayer, either Battlefront 2 or some Call of Duty World War 2, you know, just to fill the entirety of the streams. So that way I'll be getting a lot of stuff done that's been loose ends. They'll all be caught up and wrapped up before I go on my break. And I'll have a significant amount of gameplay footage to upload during the break. All right, sounds good. That way I'll be 100% caught up. When I come back from break, boom, I'll be able to hit the ground running, covering things like the Resident Evil 7 DLCs. You know, the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds coming out for Xbox One. Possibly Okami HD. We'll have a lot of stuff to jump on, okay? Should be great. It should be great. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. All right. Anything else to talk about? I'm trying to think if anything else is going on that I really want to address. I mean, there's all kinds of shit going on in the world right now. The United States Senate just rushed and passed a bill overnight, which didn't really pass. It really still has to go through checks and balances and multiple committees and all kinds of shit. But they rushed a tax bill through. Just because, and literally, if you ask any of the Senate Republicans who passed this bill, they'll tell you that it's not because of the bill that they passed it, it's because they want to seem like they actually did some work this year. That this year, they literally did nothing. They got nothing accomplished. And by the end of the year, they wanted to at least have something done. So they rushed through a tax bill that literally will help only corporations and hurts everybody else. Very few Americans will get benefited from this bill. And if it does pass in its current form, I'll be hurt. I'll have to pay more taxes, which I can't afford. I can't afford, you know, I'm barely affording my current taxes. So let's fuck over the self-employed, shall we? at the expense that corporations can get tax breaks. Doesn't that make sense? I tell you, this fucking country is so fucking broken. So much shit happens on a daily basis that's just so fucking ridiculous at this point. And I'm just so tired of it. I really am. It seems like no matter what, every single decision the government has made has been hurting me, you know? Let's change healthcare so that the middle class have to fund free healthcare for the lower class. So my insurance premiums go up and my healthcare coverage goes down. Great. So then the administration flips to the other side. Oh, let's raise taxes for the middle class self-employed. What the fuck? Like, really? They've literally done nothing but make my life miserable. They've literally done nothing but make my life more miserable. Okay? And Scrupula, you are wrong. Scrupula says, I'm wrong about the tax bill. The media is telling lies. 75% of Americans will have lower taxes. Well, I don't know. All I know is about me. And for me, I'm self-employed. And self-employed people, right, have a bunch of tax write-offs they get to do. Like right now, I get to write off the cost of all equipment that I buy for the year. So for example, perfect example, these headphones I just bought, tax write-off right now. I don't have to pay taxes on that purchase because, well, I get to lower the amount of taxes I pay based on the amount I spent on that purchase for the business. Cost of the video games that I buy, that's included. Cost of electricity, cost of internet, all that I get to write off my taxes, all right? Cost of this office, right? This office that I live in, this office that I work from, okay, is a tax write-off. What this bill is looking to do is either reduce or gradually phase out all of those write-offs. That's what this bill does for the self-employed. But what it does do is give giant tax breaks to corporations. Why? How does this benefit the American people? These Republicans, all right, are basically thinking that if they help corporations out, that corporations will be able to make more money, and therefore there's this what's called a trickle-down economy. They think that if big corporations do well, that these big corporations will then hire more Americans, and the Americans will eventually prosper. That's the philosophy they're abiding by. So what the fuck does that have to do with me? Nothing. Zero. Anyone who's self-employed just got butt-fucked by this bill. Anyway, folks, we'll see what happens. I don't want to go crazy, and here's why. I don't want to go nuts, all right? I'll be honest with everyone. Because in America, things are always weird and fucked up. The way this process works, if you don't live in America, you may be very confused. I don't blame you. So there was already a version of this tax bill passed by our House of Representatives. Now it's been passed by the Senate, but they're two completely different versions of the bill. They're totally different. Now those two versions have to be reconciled to become one super bill that kind of agrees with itself. Then it goes to Trump. Then it has to go back to committees, where committees have to hash out this shit. It's so bizarre, our lawmaking process. It's convoluted as fuck. And I'm not even exaggerating, all right? By the time that this bill passes, it may be different. It could be completely fucking different. It could be like, what? It's like, it literally could be just insanely different. I gotta have so many things added to it and taken out of it and changed that it might be not even a big deal anymore. It's just really odd, okay? FaZe Hat, who obviously has been listening to the detractors lately, says, why would you get to write off business expenses if you don't own a business? Because there's this thing called a pass-through business in the United States. What that is, of course, you wouldn't know that if you're just a kid making fucking dumb vlog videos for YouTube to make drama and money. But anyway, this is called, if you are self-employed, but you don't technically own a registered business, but you still earn money, you are able to write things off as business expenses. You don't have to formally own a business to actually have business expense write-offs if you're self-employed in the United States. It's called a pass-through business. You file as an individual even if you are technically doing business. And that's what I've been doing federally. That's how it works. But, you know, children don't understand that because they're children and they like to make shit up. So there you go. And no, you don't have to pay business tax if you do that, though. That's the thing. Business tax is based off of state. I've been doing on the federal level, so So there you go. Anyway, I'm not going to get into massive tax discussions here on pre-stream because no one really gives a fuck besides morons. So I'm not going to entertain any more stupidity. But safe to say, now 2 different tax attorneys have looked over my federal income tax returns and said that they have been done 100% correctly. So, okay. All right. But anyway, that's the only other thing that's been going on, like, in world news. And, of course, now everyone's saying that Trump may be impeached, which I don't know about that. But apparently, you know, one of the people who was involved in the big Russia investigation is apparently going to be indicted. And now he says he's going to cooperate with the FBI and he's going to rat out Trump and all that. I just don't give a fuck. I really don't. I seriously don't give a fuck. I don't want to sit here and talk about politics every day. It's just, I read all this shit and I'm like, oh my God. This fucking country is so fucked. Really, like, I just scratch my head and I'm like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I just don't know. So anyway, folks, let's go ahead and let's get back to fun stuff like video games. Let's stop worrying about this world shit, right? This fucking government shit and all these laws and everything. Let's just get back to having fun with video games, which is what we're all here for anyway, right? We're here to relax. We're here to unwind, get some steam, you know, released on this weekend, and not get so super serious about everything, right? All right, so let's get to the usual plugs, and then I got a bunch of shout-outs that I owe, because actually overnight there was a significant amount of contributions that I do want to call out. So, all right, so everybody, I already mentioned Patreon. I'm not going to mention it again. There's no reason to. All right. Absolutely not. But I will bring up my Teespring. Okay. Teespring. My Teespring store. All right. Pretty cool stuff, as you guys can see. Awesome merchandise. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, mugs, calendars, not calendars. I meant to say stickers. I don't know how I got stickers and calendars confused. But pretty good stuff. I personally own 4 shirts and a sweatshirt and a mug, because I like this stuff so much, all right? If you guys are, are looking for, like, a piece of merch to own, right? Something that you can tie into my daily live streams and the like, check it out. And if you buy anything, I get a pretty significant commission. It helps me out, and you get something cool as well, right? So it goes hand in hand. Now, I would warn everyone, if you are thinking about getting something from my Teespring shop, you need to order soon. And what I mean is, like, within a week. You need to order by, like, the first week of the end here of December, all right? Because you got to be careful. If you do not order by the end of this kind of first week of December, sadly, you might not get the stuff in time for Christmas. I know a lot of people are probably ordering as Christmas presents. In fact, I'll be honest, I got an influx of orders in the last week. A bunch of people have ordered, probably because these are, you know, ideas for Christmas presents. So, definitely, if you're going to buy something from my Teespring for Christmas, you want to do it quickly, because it's a made-to-order business. It's not like Amazon where you order and immediately it just ships from a warehouse. They have to print up your custom order first before they can process it and then mail it. So please order soon, all right? Good stuff. And then, folks, obviously, if you are here live on the stream and you enjoy my daily live streams, right? You're looking forward to this nice multiplayer salty session all day today. You're looking forward to more salty Need for Speed tomorrow. You'll like the daily stuff. You want to see all the fun holiday stuff coming soon, right? Well, if that's the case, you can cheer, sub, or tip, and all that stuff helps me out here on the stream. And if you do any of those, I will give you a shout-out during the course of the stream. Keep in mind, when I'm playing a multiplayer match, I can't exactly always drop everything, to immediately give you the shout-out, especially if it's in the middle of a heated competitive shootout. But I will do my best to give you the shout out as soon as I can, maybe between kills, okay? If you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click the share button, or if you tip me $2 or more, you're going to see a on-screen pop-up thank you notification as well. Today we've got new notifications starting today for the whole month of December for subscriptions and for tips. All right, both are holiday themed. So anyone who subscribes and clicks share, or if you tip me $2 or more, you will see these new animations. I don't believe anyone's tipped me today yet, so no one has seen these new animations yet. Okay? So, folks, give it a look. Please consider doing all of these things, they help me out tremendously. In particular, if you really want to help me out, if you're really looking to help me out big time right now with this tax situation that I am suffering, and, you know, hopefully I'm going to get through so I don't have to sell my goddamn house, tipping, as well as Patreon pledges, as well as Teespring. Those are the 3 ways, all right? Those are the 3 ways that you are able to contribute that will help me out the most, all right? And the reason I say that is because all those things I get right away. In fact, tips I get immediately. I can put those right into my bank account. Patreon, those pledges, any new pledges or upped pledges that I get clear pretty much almost immediately, okay? And then I'm able to, obviously, you know, use those funds. Teespring as well. It takes a couple days to clear, but those as well. You know, all those things, anything you do during the month of December with tips, with Patreon, or with Teespring are going to give me funds that I can use to pay my taxes, all right? If you cheer with bits or you sub to the channel, those are still good. And those are going to help me tremendously come February, but I have to wait till February to see any of those funds because that's how it works. There's a 2-month stagger between when you cheer and sub and when I actually get that. So, still good. Helps me in the future. I'm certainly going to need the support, so I'm not looking to gift horse in the mouth to anyone who's, cheering or subbing. Thank you very much. I'm just saying right now, tips, Patreon, and Teespring helps me more than cheers and subs, okay? Sound good? All right, I've got a large amount of shout-outs to do. So let's go ahead and get to those shout-outs. Let me scroll all the way down here. Because like I said, overnight we had a significant amount of contributions. Let me scroll all the way down. Good Lord. All right. So overnight, Golden Colts did a 100-bit cheer. Golden Colts did another 100-bit cheer. Golden Colts did a 75-bit cheer. Golden Colts did a 75-bit cheer. Game Master 2003 is dead did a 15-bit cheer. Golden Colts did a 100-bit 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 cheer. Golden Colts did a 50-bit cheer. Golden Colts did a 20-bit cheer. Golden Colts did a 30-bit cheer. Game Master 2003 is dead did a 10-bit cheer. Game Master 2003 is dead did a 10-bit cheer. Zaxby's Sauce did a 10-bit cheer and said, do you think DC should make another movie in the Dark Knight universe starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Robin? That is an interesting question. That question has actually been posed because if you guys remember, at the end of The Dark Knight Rises, Joseph Gordon-Levitt was basically playing the guy who would have become Robin, but then the movies ended. It certainly seems to me like he could probably do a good job, but do we want to see another, Dark Knight universe movie? I think pretty much at the end of that trilogy was a good ending. All right. If anything, I would like to see what they did with X-Men, where they brought back the X-Men, but they brought them back as like when they were much older, right? Like just look at Logan. You had Professor X, but it was like really old, senile Professor X. So maybe bring them back where like Christian Bale comes back as Batman, but he's like an old man, right? And maybe it's like the real Dark Knight Returns plotline from the comics, where he's got like a line of bat robots that are governing Gotham City or some shit, and then Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like the Nightwing or something. That could be cool, like a futuristic Batman movie. I could go for that, something completely different. But I don't think I would want to see another Batman movie in the Dark Knight universe. I think the trilogy was good. The trilogy was good. Let's leave it at that. Let's not spoil it by overextending its welcome, shall we? All right, continuing on. Golden Colts did another 20-bit cheer. Jackal1433 subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Jackal, for the new sub. And Golden Colts did another 10-bit cheer. So thank you, everyone who contributed overnight when I wasn't here. It is very much appreciated that you guys do cheering, subbing, tipping, and all that stuff overnight when I'm not here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, okay? All right, now let's get to the stuff that happened during today's stream. We've got Game Master 2003 is dead, who did a 10-bit cheer, and he says, when are you putting up your tree? I'm putting it up this week. In fact, I'm doing it sooner rather than later. I think what I'm going to do is on the 6th, I think I'm going to look at what Christmas decorations I have here, okay? And, oh my God. Excuse me. I mean, real talk here, a lot of the Christmas decorations that I had were kind of like, they were ones that had a meaning between myself and my ex. And so, therefore, no, I'm not going to be putting ornaments on the tree that were ones that me and my ex picked out. Get what I mean? So I kind of want to make things fresh. So I'm probably going to look at all the Christmas decorations I have on the 6th, pull them all out, figure out what I want to keep. Some of them broke, too. Like, I used to have this nice garland that I would put on my banister, and it would light up, and it broke last year. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So I'm going to see what I got that still works, see what I want to use. And then probably what I'm going to do is maybe, like, on the 7th, I'll go out and maybe just grab a few new Christmas ornaments or a few new decorations for the house. Nothing too crazy because I don't have a lot of money. But, you know, just a few little new things to spruce things up and make it feel fresh. And then more than likely, I'll be putting the tree up by the end of the week. So probably, you know, definitely by next weekend, the tree will be up. And I'll be taking pictures. I'll probably do a video. You know, I'll do some fun stuff for you guys. Make it festive. Okay? All right. Astro Jetboy did a 20-bit cheer. He says, do you mind changing your class to get a bit of variety in the stream? Plus, the bar you use has recently been nerfed. Well, why would I do that? I'm trying to get better at the game. If I switch to a different class of different weapons, I'm just going to suck again. You know, I've been having fun playing the game with the bar, and honestly, I think I've been getting better by using the same stuff. Now, I heard, yeah, the bar got nerfed. If the bar really sucks today, I'll just switch it out. But honestly, last week, I swear it felt better to me. I don't know why. It felt better. I was getting more kills. People were telling me it was nerfed, and I was doing better. I don't know. Well, let's see what happens today. Ornice did another 10-bit cheer. He says, 6 years later, what still boggles your mind? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. 6 years later, what boggles my mind? I've been doing this for almost 10 years. So, so when you say 6 years later, I think back to 2011. I don't know. I don't know. If you have something specific you're referencing, let me know. But I have no idea what you're referencing. Tyler JKU did a 10-bit cheer and asked if he could send me a Christmas card. No. I would say don't send me a physical Christmas card. But if you want to email me something at darksidefil@hotmail.com, feel free to do it that way. Trust me, there's tons of digital stuff, digital cards and stuff that you can send. So, Kekin did a 50-bit cheer. He said new gifts hype. However, he didn't realize that it was the cheers that did not get the new gift yet. That's the one I'm holding out on for the new animation. So sorry about that, Kekin, but thank you for the cheer. Shady Sands 89 resubscribed for the 9th month in a row and says, Phil, when is the drunk stream? Well, hold on. You know what? Since people are now starting to ask, let me look at my calendar. Hold on a second. All right, so what I'm seeing here. All right, Ask the King. The holiday edition of Ask the King is going to be on December 21st, which is a Thursday, okay? The holiday gaming marathon could either be the 22nd, 23rd, or 24th. Either that Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Now, I don't think Christmas Eve would make sense because a lot of people will probably be doing stuff with family and friends on Christmas Eve, and I understand that. So maybe that Saturday would make more sense. Maybe that Saturday, the 23rd, right? I think so. I think so. I think that's what it'll be. I think it'll probably be the 20th. I'll say that let's play by ear. Let's say right now, tentatively, it's the 23rd, but let's make it variable. So it could be the 22nd if it needs to be, or worst case, if something goes wrong, it could be the 24th. Let's just leave it in that range, but that's what it'll be. It's going to be one of those days. Fair enough? Okay, there you go. Scoopula did a 100-bit cheer. He says, in the event you have to pay more taxes, have some trickle-down bits to help you. Well, thank you, Scoopula. Appreciate that. Framework did a 110-bit cheer. He said hello there, and Framework became the cheerleader for today's stream. But then Scoopula did a 111-bit cheer, and he says, because Kozatov doesn't like cheering. Yeah, I guess Kozatov was complaining in the stream chat. Why are people cheering overnight? I don't understand. There's no stream. Why are they cheering? Because some people, Kozatov, you may not realize this, some people actually cheer just to support me, not because they're looking for attention. I know a lot of people do it just for attention, but some people legitimately like what I do and just want to see me succeed and keep doing it because they like it. And they support me as a person. They like me as a person, and they just want to see me, you know, be happy and continue to do this as a job. You know, I know that's a crazy concept for some people, that people would actually do something to be nice, but it still exists on this earth sometimes. You may not, you know, I know it's a rarity, but there you go. There you go. Shout out to YOLO Dopper, who again did a temperature and asked me more business tax questions. I'm not going to answer that, guy. I'm not going to answer that. I'm tired of answering tax. I'm not going to talk about taxes anymore on pre-stream. Sorry. Almighty Phil. I think this is supposed to be a troll cheer, but this is pretty good. So I'm going to read this one. Almighty Phil cheered 100 bits and says, Phil, how are you and Sarah doing? Has she and her cats moved in yet? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know a Sarah. I really don't. I've never known a Sarah. In fact, fuck. I think I knew one Sarah ever in my entire life. I'm trying to remember. I think it was in high school. I think there was this Asian girl named Sarah Lee or something. Like, I'm trying to remember. But I don't know any Sarah. So whatever crazy conspiracy theory you have dug up, you enjoy it. You go ahead and you do that for yourself. You really enjoy your whatever you're thinking is correct, and have fun with that. I don't know any Sarah. Anyway, Game Master 2003 is dead. Did a 10-bit cheer and said, crap, it got scrolled off. Got scrolled off the screen. He said, another troll cheer. Well, thank you, Game Master. Scooby did a 109-bit cheer and says, Golden Colts did a 100-bit cheer. He's doing a shout out to Golden Colts who did all the overnight cheers, obviously. Ripley Atomic did a 10-bit cheers. Is currently getting my way through your Assassin's Creed Origins playthrough. Very enjoyable so far. Yeah, it actually gets better. Because at first, I kind of suck with the combat at the beginning of the game. And then I get better at it. And then later on, I get overpowered weapons that are just crazy powerful. Insta-kill everybody. Once you get the ability that you get full adrenaline as soon as you enter combat, it's pretty broken. You can immediately just kill the toughest enemy that's there. And then just deal with, like, the peons afterward. It's a good game. Is it the best Assassin's Creed game ever? I doubt it. It's an interesting entry. It changes a lot about the franchise. I did enjoy it. And as I said in my review during the credits, I think it's a good, interesting first entry for changing the series. For too long, it's been too similar. And this was really a good attempt to change it completely, and I like that. And I would like to see this continue, this open world aspect. I think more iterations and making it more polished and refining the combat could make it a lot better in time. Okay? But it's a good game, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the playthrough. Okay, Notorious Vader did a 50-bit cheer and says, Phil, I hope you have a great and wonderful Christmas. Good luck with the house and everything. Thank you, Notorious Vader, for that sentiment and for the cheer. I appreciate it. This game is garbage did a 10-bit cheer. He says, where did you meet your new girlfriend? Well, I already explained this when I first announced her existence at Mars. I went to Mars this one time, and I met her on Mars, the planet Mars. There you go. Yes, because I haven't outright said I'm not giving you any specifics, about my girlfriend. So let me go ahead and immediately start answering questions like this for a 10-bit cheer. Oh my God, some people. Anyway, SCB360 just subscribed to the channel for the second month in a row. Thank you for the resub. And he asks, would you ever consider replaying Dead Space 2 and 3? Yeah, I would say Dead Space 2, I definitely want to replay someday. That was a game I only played it once when it was brand new. I never, it was before Direct Capture. It's a very creepy game, a very fun game, and I remember it being the best game in the franchise. Dead Space 1 was good. Dead Space 2 made it better. Dead Space 3, in a lot of ways, was just a co-op game, and I probably wouldn't want to replay Dead Space 3, only because not only did I play it fully co-op with John Rambo, but then I went back and I replayed it a second time on harder difficulty myself because I liked it so much. So I probably would not go back and replay that. But Dead Space 2 is definitely one that I want to go back eventually and play again. Game Master 2003 is dead. Did another 10-bit cheer. He says, have you watched Scrooged yet and how's life? I have not watched any Christmas stuff yet. It's very early in the month. And like I said, I think I may hold off until actually my time off and then start watching. Only because it'll feel like I'm fully in the Christmas swing once my time off starts. So that might be the case. I might just wait and then start watching Christmas stuff then. But I will. I'll be watching everything, man. All my favorites. I own a ton of them. And I cannot wait to start watching. And by the way, I'll share with you guys, what I'm watching when I'm watching. Nuka-Cola King did a 10-bit cheers. His favorite Christmas dessert. Probably my favorite Christmas dessert is, well, actually, he spelled it wrong. He said favorite Christmas desert. All right, my favorite Christmas desert would be the Sahara because it has a nice arid and dry quality to it, but at the same time, the quality of the sun is actually nice and beating. No, obviously he meant dessert, not desert. Okay, my favorite Christmas dessert is very definitely panettone bread. It is an Italian-style sweet bread that is a holiday tradition among those of Italian heritage. What it is this big rounded loaf, and the bread itself is airy, and it's sweet, and it has things baked into it, such as raisins and candied citrus. Like, for example, candied orange pieces and stuff like that. Some of them have pineapple. Some of them have different things in it. And it all depends. There's various varieties of panettone that you can get. But I really like it. It's really good. It's a family tradition I've done since I was a kid. My parents always bought it. And I love panettone. So there you go. That is my favorite holiday dessert. All right. All right. Are we good? Are we good, ladies and gents? Any other questions? Anyone else? Anything else people have to ask? I'm just curious. Or shall we begin with the hilarity of Call of Duty multiplayer gameplay here? 4.5 hours, by the way. This is going to be the longest multiplayer session I've done of any game this entire gaming season, right? This game is garbage at a 10-bit cheer and asks, have you thought about putting ads on your website? I mean, that was something I thought about years and years ago. And quite honestly, it wouldn't even make any money. It's, first of all, to get signed up for Google AdSense, which I tried to do multiple times and it never went through properly. And then to actually get them working, it's just a pain in the ass. Website ad traffic only works if you're getting, you know, tons of hits a day, which my website doesn't, so it's not even worth it. High-Tech Specs did 100-bit cheer. Says, thinking of getting a multiplayer game, would you suggest Battlefront 2 or Call of Duty? I am a Star Wars fan. Oh, man. That's a tough call. And the reason I say that's a tough call, all right, both games have a single player. Both games have multiplayer. Both games have robust multiplayer with various different multiplayer modes, right? Both games are going to have multiplayer expansions. Now, keep in mind, Call of Duty, you're going to have to pay for. Star Wars Battlefront 2, they're claiming is going to be free, but I would not be surprised if they change their minds, considering they've closed down all microtransactions in the game. And if they decide to open them up again, I don't see how the game could work. I could see a massive backlash. I don't know. In their own rights, they're both good. You know, they're both fun. Are either of them groundbreaking, amazing, you must play, it's the best experience ever? No. But at the same time, I wouldn't be playing them both again, you know, if they weren't at least having some kind of variety or some degree of fun to playing them, right? So, that being said, I don't know, if you really want something heavily catered to Star Wars, get Battlefront 2. If you don't really give a shit, then honestly, it's a toss-up. Between the two, in my opinion. They're both solid experiences. So, I can't even answer that. You know? Alright. Final cheer was from Ornites. He says, what kind of fish were you raised on? What kind of fish did you have growing up? Not much. My family was not a big fish family. Chicken, yes. Various kinds of chicken. And stuff like that. But not fish. Not fish. Even as I got older, my mom every once in a while would cook salmon or cook something, but not. I think it was because honestly, either she or my dad didn't like it. I don't know why, but it was not a big deal in my house. And my mom, I mean, I grew up. I wasn't rich or anything, so it wasn't like we had shrimp and stuff. No, we never had that stuff. Never would we have seafood or anything. Seafood was very rare around the house. It was mostly, you know, chicken, pork a lot, you know, pork chops, stuff like that. Sausages, kibasi, because my mom is half Polish, so she would make some Polish dishes. Kibasi, pierogies. Pasta was big, because my mom would always make the pot of Italian sauce with pasta. So. Okay. That's it, folks. Let's begin. Gameplay of Call of Duty World War II. Let's get started. Here we go.